Hello everybody. Welcome to the show. Yeah, good evening. Welcome to David's Kitchen. I'm going to be making some Porky peppers today and some grilled sprouts. We're going to get the grilled sprouts going because they take longer. That's one of the side effects of having a tight cabbage cluster. That's what Brussels sprouts are. Hello there, Bernie. Hello, Pastor Jackson. Wow. You can't call me that here, but that's okay. I know. Well, there are people who are Jewish and Muslim who want to watch the show, and if you want to cook with something else, I guess beef will do. Yeah. Chicken, I suppose. Yeah, that cabbage cluster is tight. Let me get the Brussels sprouts out of the refrigerator here. Hold on. I miscalculated. I hope you didn't see my feet. Oh, wait a second, we've got a foot cam. Nope. Okay, good. So typically I get this bag of Brussels sprouts. It's a full 2 pounds for about $4. Did you see the feet? Uh-oh. $4. These happen to be the best things you could possibly put in your body. They're full of vitamin B, and they're cruciferous vegetables, which means they help prevent cancer. That's one of the things about broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. They form a cross at the center of their root, and they're known to be anti-carcinogenic. All right, so oftentimes when you get these in the bag, okay, you want to take out enough for a nice meal, you know. So I'm going to say no more than maybe half a bag, so $2. That's pretty good. And I'm going to get this little grill going right here for this portion of the dinner. I'm going to get that started at level 3 or a low temperature. But typically they have these little spindles in the bottom. See that? It's just where they were cut off, and then they simply don't have any. It's, you know, time takes its toll, and these things get a little dirty at the bottom, and typically you want to cut that off. But what I do is I cut it off and then cut them in half. So I'm going to do that with the special knife, the Damask steel knife that I've been using. I'm going to rinse them off first with some filtered water. Okay. Let's get this under the sink here. Yeah. Typically you want to slice them right in half like that. Now I'm going to put them on the grill. So what I'm going to do first is get that grill going with some olive oil in it. And you want to heat the grill first. Obviously getting it warm is essential. It takes a little longer than what I took, so I'm just, for the sake of abbreviating the time it would take for that to heat up about 2 more minutes, I'm just going to put that oil on there. It's not like a major deal. I'm going to go ahead and just leave the cut pieces right here because I'm going to season them lightly. Now garlic is something you want to put in at the very end of this dish. Garlic and Brussels sprouts were great. Lemon, butter, but I'm going with a low-cal blend here. And I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that all these things get cut in half. So I'm going to give it a really fast cook, level 6, and see how far that goes with the level 6 concept. And typically they get blackened when you grill these things. I'm not going to blacken them because I really want to preserve the flavor as much as possible. But it's a fast cook when you grill them. I really don't like the blackened ones. It just kind of bugs me. Well, you're eating carbon, you know, you're like getting soot or something in your mouth. Yes, I'd like some carbon with my meal, please. Thank you. Could I get an extra briquette, please? I know what you're saying. You're saying, David, you better be careful with that knife. It's super sharp. I know. It makes this job infinitely easier. Oh, but be careful with a knife like that. Okay, so time for a little coffee. I guess we're having a little adjustment problem with the camera. Okay, there we go. Thank you for not blackening them. Thank you, Saggy. And it's politically correct to not blacken anything, so I was very careful, Pastor Jackson. Jacket Pockets is here. Hey, man. Brussels sprouts, cracked pepper. Ooh, you like cracked pepper on your Brussels? Really? Mmm. Yeah, wouldn't it be great if I started cooking the other dish, you know? I need to take a little break, though. You know, I didn't meet Julia Child, but I grew up watching her show, and bon appetit! And she was very, very careful about everything. You know, very careful woman. And she learned from her husband, who was a top French chef. And when she traveled as a dilettante and CIA agent, by the way, she was a CIA, thank you. Bon appetit! She was a CIA agent. She actually was, you didn't know that, did you, about Julia Childs? Now, you learned something on our show. All right, so getting that nice and hot so it's kind of ready for action, Jackson. I'm going to throw some of this organic Bragg sprinkled herbs and spices on here. Yeah. I'm just going to put it on top of all of the, you know, kind of cover them up. Just get a little bit of something, herbs on there. This is a no salt mix I picked. I can always add salt at the end of the dinner, but go ahead and put it on the nice hot oil. Set them all on there, face down. You see me doing it. Okay. Ta-da! Get any seasoning you have in there. Okay. Keep it at level 3 and just cover it up for now. I'm going to put butter on top of this with garlic as I get them ready to serve. So I'm going to take the compost and put that away. All right. As with every one of my shows, I donated a half a paper towel to the cleanup operation. I'm splurging. Hey, this pork is another one of these pork things that I bought. Essentially got this much pork for $3. Okay, I'm restarting over iVlog. We're up and running though. Good. Hi. Yeah, $3 for this pork. It's a significant amount of pork considering, you know. And I am going to cut it on a plate. And I want to prepare it rather quickly, so I'm just going to, while that just heats up, I kind of jiggle the, I'm making sure nothing sticks in there. But level 3 is actually a good level. I'm not going to turn it up to level 6 after all. I think we're going to cook it that way. I'm going to start slicing this pork in about 1/2-inch slices. No more than 1/2 inch in width. With this nice knife. It really makes it simple. And you want to make sure you're looking always at the knife when you're cutting. Don't ever take your eyes off the knife or your hands, because remember, your eyes and hands are working together. Eye-hand coordination is secret with the knives. If you lose track of where your fingers are, your finger will be under the pork. And by the way, pork and your finger has the same consistency. So do not ever get too close to the blade. Always keep about a 1/2 inch distance between your fingers and the blade when cutting anything. But you see how I'm cutting this on a plate so it doesn't spread disease onto the breadboard or the chopping board. Very important to know that. All right. cool. Now today I think I'm going to go with a little sesame oil. But you can use peanut oil or anything. I tend to like, so I'm going to take that breadboard and take it over here, rinse it off. Because I'm going to be cutting a onion right there on the breadboard. Meanwhile, I'm going to take ketchup, and I've got some gourmet ketchup here, but hot sauce is going to be good too on this. But I've got this old gourmet ketchup that I picked up, no corn syrup, so avoid corn syrup whenever you see ketchup. There's a couple that make ketchup without corn syrup. Check it, check the label. I'm just going to put that on top. It's the kind of the beginning of the Porky taste. I'm kind of making my own barbecue flavor here, so I'm going to grab a little chili powder too and throw on some chili powder on top of that. All right. Give that a mix, like a nice stir. Remember, there's only the oil and the Brussels sprouts. That's all we have in there. And a little bit of that seasoning. The Bragg's no salt seasoning. Hey, you've got a link for me? All right. What I've been doing today is getting another one of my editing stations set up so that I could start pumping out 153news.net videos rather quickly. And I'm going to be producing some videos. One video will be about the collusion. Total Collusion number 2 is coming out. I was ready to deliver it tonight, but I had to correct it, and I decided, well, I'm going to just cut it a new one because I want to get all my ducks in line before I start making those videos. And these are real-time videos, the way that 153 News sees a lot of those shows. They're going to be rolling out real-time, but the intro and outro will be kind of edited. So it's important to know that we've got a lot of things happening with collusion happening still, and obstruction happening still with the Trump administration, and all of these factoids and bits of information are just coming in all over the place. I'm going to try to pull it all together. That's my goal, and we'll be talking about it tonight. Okay, I'm turning the rear flame on to level 3. Get that hot, and I'm going to throw some sesame oil in there when it's hot. All right. I'm going to take this onion and cut it up in half. There it is. Okay, I'm going to move the pork over here for now. I'm going to prep the onion rather quickly. This is an organic onion I bought for less than 30 cents, so if you get a chance to buy some onions at a given time, it's the way to do it. Okay, those grilling, oh, wow, that was a close, that was kind of an interesting camera move. Fast zoom. Okay. Got rid of the outer hull. Peel that away. All right. You know, when I first started making cooking shows, it was a little bit stressful, and now I feel like I've got a pretty good routine, so it's a lot easier. Although cooking for me would take about twice as long as if I was really doing it on my own. I'm actually receiving assistance from a biometric module that's implanted in my brain. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's a joke. All right. It's Technology Thursday, and I always pretend like I'm a robot. It's just one of those little things I do. Hey, I hope you realize that a lot of this is completely raw, and I'm cooking it. We're going to go ahead and broadcast on to Vaughn again. Okay. Refresh. Okay. Okay, refresh. We should be up and running now. Hi, everybody. Oh, they keep kicking me off. Wow. I'm going to throw that sesame oil in here, in the pan back here. That's probably enough, about a tablespoon. Throw the onions on top of the sesame oil. Okay. Take the pork and invert it right onto the plate. Get the pork cooking right away. I'm taking that up to level 6. And now I'm going to turn my Brussels sprouts up to level 6. There we go. All right, let me see if I can map the show over to, I'll try one more time on Vaughn. But they did this to me last time. And yeah, we'll see if we can get this thing to stick. Vaughn is giving me problems right now on the internet. Hopefully this will work. Yeah, we've had this problem before. Tech Thursday and Cooking with Dave. No working again? No work again. Ah, we're good, huh? Who's pissed about being exposed? The people that are, attacking our show, NPV? Because you're the guy who's been hanging out. Yeah. You're the guy who's been hanging out. NPV, are you one of the people that is exposing us? Hey, refresh. It should be running right now. Yeah. Yeah, your viewer count was at 105,000. Okay, let's turn those Brussels sprouts. I just took the whole pork dish and inverted it onto the onions. It's not refreshing? Huh, I guess they're getting hit by too many people. Let me go back and try it again. Huh. Okay, well, let's just rapidly move along here. What I can do is go into the other room and let me play an interruption here in this recorded broadcast. We're going to go ahead and play a video. I'll be right back.
Yes. All right, wow. We got a lot of potatoes here. This is no more than about $2 of potatoes. We got $1 worth of sausages I picked up, Jimmy Dean sausages. Yeah, I'll be doing celery today because it goes with the meal. We got 2 stalks of celery, but this is optional. And again, I'm trying to buy organic whenever I can. This is Yukon Gold. And if you haven't seen, the kind of deals we get here, 15 pounds of potatoes for $3.30 up here in Washington. I'm not kidding either. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna kind of put this burner on warm here. I'm just gonna put it on low. There we go. And I'm gonna come back in the show. Here I am. Yeah. Welcome to the sausage au gratin, au gratin, au gratin. Oh no, au gratin. Yeah. We're doing a variety of other vegetables too. We've got mushrooms, celery, we have cabbage. Now all these vegetables right here, including the sausage, came to $5. So I'm holding the camera, you can see that. Now you can look around and find sausages for, about, a whole package of sausage for $2. This is about a half a package of sausage. This is about 50 cents worth of cabbage. And this onion didn't cost more than 30 cents. Organic too. A couple mushrooms. Mushrooms are kind of nice. You can get cans of mushrooms for about 50 cents. Fancy schmancy cooking here. These lipstick peppers are kind of nice. And most of all, everything's just cheap. It's like barf. How can you say such things? What are you saying? 30 cents for something? My chat's been disconnected. Hold on. Okay, proceed with.
Okay. We're in the blackened stage of cooking. See that? Okay, perfect. Turn your temperature down to low on your Brussels sprouts. Hi everybody, we're rebroadcasting. Okay, we're going to put a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of garlic on here. So we're going to go ahead and throw a heaping teaspoon of garlic onto the Brussels sprouts, and I'm going to cover the top with butter, about a tablespoon. Then I'm going to take a splash of water, cover it up. Look at that steam, it's great. This is awesome. I am cooking barefoot. It's a Native American practice. I didn't think you could see my feet in this position, but no, there's no feet here. No, I'm not sure if you're able to see my feet. Look at that steam heat. Now what that is, folks, is a steam fry. I'm going to turn, I've got the back cooking at level 6. I've got the front cooking at low. Okay, give it a shake, but you see you got the caramelization going on. You've got a lot of that browning and blackening, which happened just when I went in the other room and rebroadcast the show on another network. So what we're doing is pulling off the show off of iVlog and putting it on Vaughn via iVlog. So I hope you understand this is the best possible technological fix I could put together. I do not need a goat for my cooking show. Thank you so much. But as you can see, the pork was inverted on here onto a bed of onions. And it's cooking in there. I'm going to go ahead and move the pork around. Press it around like this. Okay. The pork is not completely covered with ketchup, so you want to thoroughly cover it with ketchup. And a little bit of chili powder. And I'm going to take some of this new hot sauce I got from the O brand, an organic chili lime hot sauce I'm going to put on there, along with some chili powder. Now you can put any type of hot sauce you want on there. I don't really care. Cholula, Tabasco, whatever. Now I want to take that down to a level 3, and I'm going to prep some peppers. And I'm a pepper prepper. I bought this entire bag along with one other pepper for $2.99. These are coming out of Mexico, but they are not necessarily organic. So what I want to do is wash them. I'm going to pick a couple of nice the biggest peppers that I can find out of here, because the smaller ones last longer. Yeah, good deal. I know. $2.99 for all that. If you see deals like this on peppers, it's certainly the way to go. Okay, so this is about all you need is 50 cents of pepper. So that's $1 there. The pork was $3. The Brussels sprouts were $2. So I'm at $6. Wow. Amazing. Now you can cook this with an incredibly cheap, you can also make an incredibly cheap add-on to this dish. And I recommend grits. Grits. So I'm not going to make grits, but I recommend grits. Very cheap, and it goes really well with this type of a dish. Okay. We're going to go ahead and cut the tops off of the peppers. I think I need a little more light here. There we go. Just sever the head and then pop the top out like this. There you go. And then take the center section and just give it a twist and pull that out and compost it, making sure there's no seeds in there. Do the same with the other colored pepper. Now, some people like to stuff peppers. I don't recommend this because the pork, you know, you get a piece of pork in there and it's like hard to chew, and you know, you want to actually separate the pork. But now we're going to add it all together. Slicing them all like this. I'm going to leave them in kind of a big sliced position so they're kind of big and meaty. So I'm only going to cut this in half. I'm not going to dice these things. All right. Okay, nice. All right. Nice big chunks. Okay. Those Brussels sprouts are just getting nice and tender right now. They're on low heat. They've got past the flash grill point, and now they're just kind of slowly cooking in their own heat and juices. They've got butter and garlic in there and some seasoning. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and pull that off. I'm going to throw all the peppers in there on top to add to the Porky peppers. Yay! Everything can melt down on top, cover it up, keeping that at a level 3. And again, you can add any spices you want to this. I'm going to add a little bit more chili powder. Cumin is good in this dish. Yeah. I wouldn't add necessarily I wouldn't add curry, but you might have a penchant for curry. I'm going to put cumin in there. Paprika, a small amount is okay, good for the heart. Yeah. Oh, I got some fresh oregano here from the garden. Over here in David's garden kitchen. Look at that. I think I'll pull a couple sprigs of fresh oregano and dice that up, throw it in there. And I have this tomato that's just got to be, I don't know what the hell to do with it, so I'm just going to cut that up. Yeah, I'm letting the oregano dry out there so that it can be turned into a nice dried oregano. But I can pull these right off the leaf like that, discarding the spine. And I'll just dice up a little bit of this by bunching it up in one little bunch and just making nice tight little cuts. Fresh oregano. Love it. Any fresh herbs will do, actually. Make this a good meal. Okay. And if you want to add some Italian seasoning, you can at this point. I think this is almost too gone. Let me see. Oh yeah. That's history. Okay, it's compost time, and I'm going to rinse that knife off. There we go. Yeah, it didn't quite turn red. And those tomatoes were from August, so we're already, yeah, quite a long time away from that. Use it? Should I just use it? I've seen better dumpster food than that tomato. And I've never really been in a dumpster, but I've seen pictures of it on TV. Yeah, I've been watching these dumpster cooking shows. Yeah, it's really fascinating how people live out of dumpsters now. You know, so many people are poor and have no money. And I'm trying to teach this sustainable lifestyle for people so they can, you know, adapt to the coming apocalypse. Any cheese? Yeah, well, if you want cheese, you can put cheese on anything. But right now it's slow cooking. And I'm about ready to let that melt. I'm going to take I've been using these all the time. I'm going to take a can of tomato sauce. that I get at Walmart. And I'm just going to throw that in on top of it. Because what I'm planning on doing with the Porky peppers is slow cooking them while I'm in the other room on the lowest setting I can get, simmer. Because one thing I like, one thing I like about Mexican carnitas is it is slow cooked pork, and there's nothing tastier than slow cooked pork. And the tomatoes have a certain amount of acids in them that break that down and make it tastier and help with the digestion process. You know, I'm not going to do broccoli. I've got the Brussels sprouts that are blackened. I'll show you those in a second. Yeah. Just kind of rotating everything around. Yeah, some of them got cooked pretty well. Luckily, they're not blackened completely, but you know, all you need is a little bit of water in there, and you've got enough oil. It'll stay nice and warm at melt on the stove, and it just gets better over time, I think. The Brussels are supposed to be eaten when they're a little soft, but some people like them when they're mushy. I do. Okay, I'm going to put that tomato sauce, no salt tomato sauce, on top of this whole dish. It's got the right spices in it. It's got oregano or Italian seasoning, chili powder, onions, and you can definitely add garlic if you want. I'm going to add garlic right now to the top of this. So I'm going to put another heaping tablespoon, or a heaping teaspoon is equivalent to a tablespoon of garlic. Evenly distribute it, cover it up, and let everything melt together. And you've got yourself an incredible meal. And if you serve that with couscous or grits, you'll have an incredible meal for everybody. Now again, couscous and grits are very similar in texture. Couscous is broken up wheat, grits are corn. But I recommend getting non-GMO grits. I bought these in 1998 when I met Sarah at Winco Foods, before they genetically modified corn. So I know it's GMO free, but it may have, it may have grown with some pesticides or anything. Darth, that's totally illegal. You're not allowed to say that stuff here. Do you expect to stay in here? No, you can't say that. You got kicked out, Darth. Yeah, I eat food out of dried food out of 1998 packages. Yeah, that's from my food storage from 1998, which is 20 years ago. All right. Yeah, when I met Sarah, we were preparing for Y2K, so I'm still preparing for Y3K, So I'm prepared for when the year 3000 rolls around, I'll have enough food. Again, Charlie, Lot Lizard, you're not allowed here. How did you get in here? Hey, I'm going to close down and show you the food, give you an idea of what you're getting. Again, you can make some grits very easily with some butter on the stove. I would gladly make those grits if you don't mind. But I really would rather get in there and start talking about politics. But I will show you the peppers, a big meal of peppers and pork. Fantastic. You can put that on your starch if you're having starch, or you can serve it side by side with your blackened and grilled sprouts. Yay! With butter on it. All right, thank you everybody for catching my my quick cooking techniques. Easy cooking, flex cooking, and steam fry cooking. And I've introduced the incredible fusion cooking technique to this show. Fast cook, low, add some water, let it all just blend together. Okay, see you guys later. I'll be in the other show in about a minute. In the meantime, you take it easy. Yeah, don't work too hard. I know some of you aren't working at all.